The final exam is just like the midterm, it's just different material. Again, make sure that you study for at least 4 questions. That way you'll be prepared no matter what questions you get. Again, let me review the questions. Number 1, discuss New Deal legislation. What was the legacy of the New Deal? In what ways did the New Deal change Americans' attitudes towards the role of federal government in their daily lives? Chapter 25 is the Depression, which should briefly be discussed because the New Deal was Roosevelt's attempt to get the country out of the Depression, and then 26 is the actual New Deal. You want to discuss the major New Deal legislation, and you want to discuss how it impacted Americans' lives, but also how did the New Deal change the role of the federal government in the lives of the American citizens. Number 2, discuss Allied strategies during World War II. Were they effective? Could different strategies have been more effective? If so, what? This is from chapter 27. There will be 4 conferences that the Allied leaders will attend to define strategies. So this will be part of your response, but there are other strategies that have been discussed and that will be discussed in the discussions, and also my summary and also the textbook. So be as thorough as you can on that. The next question is also from chapter 27, but it's the domestic side of World War II. So discuss the impact of World War II on the home front. So you're going to talk about some of the government policies, but you're also going to talk about how the war affected different groups of Americans. Number 4, discuss the major issues confronting President Truman in the post-World War II era. How would you have addressed the economic, social, and political problems the president faced? What were the lessons of the Red Scare? This is from chapter 28, and it's really the early years of the Cold War. I actually want you to go up to Korea and McCarthyism, which is going to take you just outside of the Truman administrations. So you're going to about 1954, actually. And then number 5, discuss the Civil Rights Movement during the 1950s and 60s. You'll find this in chapters 28 and 29. And what we're going to be looking at here is the Black Civil Rights Movement, which will then impact future civil rights movements. Number 6, how did John F. Kennedy implement his belief that the Cold War was a test of America's toughness and strength? Was he successful in achieving his goals? This is chapter 29. The focus here is going to be the Cuban Missile Crisis in Vietnam. Any questions, let me know.